We gotta talk about something that's very bad for Lunc. This means anybody who's holding Terra Luna Classics should definitely know about this. We're just gonna jump right into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. But first things first, we're gonna talk about some of the prices right now for Luna Classic, which is pretty good right now at 3Z1, so 0001, which is pretty good, 00013 really. But who's counting? Anyways, 30 days in the last 30 days up 18.4%, which is decent compared to some of the other numbers that are out there. Last 7 days, 11%. So it's been doing decent, in the last few days. It's knocked off a zero, right? Inside of the last month here, it's knocked off a whole zero. So all that is good, right? But if you look at it from the whole year perspective, it had a pump, but it quickly dropped after there was news released about it. But then it got somewhat good news, but it's still bad news inside of the long term. And we're going to talk about that. And that is this Terra Luna Classic delisting delayed by crypto.com. So it's good news that it's delayed, but the bad news is how soon they're about to delist Terra Luna Classic. So it says crypto.com has reportedly delayed delisting of Terra Luna Classic Lunc to April. So this came out a couple weeks ago, but the reason why this is bad is because April is coming up. So this is very, very bad. Now, yeah, it's going to be 2 months. Well, really, is like a month and a half at this point, and we don't know what point of April they're going to do it, but we're going to have to see. Now, it says, as per emails received by some community members, the crypto exchange earlier informed affected Luna Classic holders via email about the delisting of Luna Classic by February 15th. Well, they've now delayed it from February 15th to sometime in April. They haven't given a specific date in April, but they have mentioned that it's going to be taken off in April. So they might be pushing it back even when it hits April if it's doing well on their exchange. So if it's doing well, if people are buying it, they might actually stop it. And from the looks of it, in the last month, it's been up 18%. So maybe they won't delist it. But I mean, just looking at the historical evidence of Terra Luna Classic, it will never get back up to $116. It will never recover to there because all of the coins that have been added to the market, it will never get that high ever again. And just to kind of put things into perspective here, because a lot of people are talking about how it's possible even if they burn coins. It doesn't matter if they burn coins. It's not gonna be what it once was, but it can still increase in price. But let's just say just for Terra Classic to get to 1 cent, right? And everybody has their own opinion on this. First, I just kind of want to show you proof that like the math here, it's gonna add up, right? So we're just gonna take the circulating supply, not the total supply, just the circulating supply, because they've been burning a lot, and then we're going to multiply it by the current price. That gives us our current market cap of $751 million, which is correct. So you can see here, 749 million. Obviously, this has to update because of CoinGecko doesn't update like all the time, but it's pretty accurate, right? 749 million. Really, right now, the market cap is 751 million. But then if you do the math for the actual current price, which is 0.000122991, it'll be slightly different from there because people are always buying and selling, right? But in general, we're about $750 million in. All right. The problem here is if you want to take the current circulating supply and you want to multiply it by 1 cent, in order for it to get to 1 cent, it has to be 57 billion market cap. You can say that's achievable. It's at rank 111. They've done it before. They had a huge market cap before, so you can say that's possible to get the 1 cent if they can stay on crypto.com and all these other exchanges without getting delisted. All right, so we can say 1 cent is possible. But can you confidently look at Terra Luna Classic and multiply the circulating supply by $1? And can you confidently say that it will get to $5.7 trillion? A lot of people are saying $1 Terra Luna Classic, $1 Terra Luna Classic. I like to be completely realistic here. There's no way it's going to get to $5.7 trillion market cap when you consider Bitcoin's only at $1 trillion market cap. And Bitcoin at its peak was like 1.5, 1.6 trillion, somewhere around there. I don't know if it was higher, but you get the drift here. Like, it's not possible for Terra to get to $1. I'm sorry, it's just not. 1 cent, that's possible. $1 though, that's a little bit too excessive there because $5.7 trillion market cap is absolutely insane. But this video isn't about that. It's neither here nor there, so I digress. It's not even a big problem. But yeah, I just wanted to get that to the people that keep saying $1 Terra Luna Classic. When you do the math, it just doesn't add up. 1 cent, okay. $57 billion market cap. Okay, maybe in a reality where it stays on crypto.com, they don't delist it, it gets to April and they're like, you know what? We got a lot of purchases, we got a lot of buys, a lot of people are trading it on our platform, so we're not going to sell it, blah, blah, blah. And then all the other platforms that delisted it be like, you know what, let's bring it back. The ones that didn't delist it keeps it on their platforms. And they're like, you know what, let's keep it here. There's a lot of trades. If something like that happens, if that is a scenario like that, then yeah, I could see it getting up to 1 cent, but nothing in the world could get it to $1 unless literally almost all of their circulating supply was burned, like to the point where they only had like 100 billion circulating supply. Then they'd have to get to like 100 billion. You know, if it had like 100 billion circulating supply and it got to $1, then I could definitely believe that because it'd be like 100 billion market cap. Okay, maybe 2-3 years, and they did extremely well and got delisted on no platforms and got relisted back to the platforms they did get delisted on. Then I could see something like that happening. But right now, no. But yeah, this isn't about that. This is just about the the delisting. Hopefully it doesn't get delisted in April because a lot of people really like this project. Me personally, I don't hold any, but I definitely see this project as a good project to trade. And that's because how volatile Terra Luna Classic is. It's very, very volatile. There's always some movement going on. Just look at what it does in like a week, and then it drops. And then you can buy it again. Like you can open a long position if you're doing futures. And then you can I think Mexi Global has futures for them. But yeah, you can open a long position for futures, and then you can open a short position when it hits the peak. And that's why I like the indicators here with Chart Prime, because it tells you when to buy and sell. It's fairly easy. So if you would have did it back here on the 28th of November, you could have did a nice long position. If you would have waited for it to give you that sell signal, you could have did a nice short position, and so on and so forth. It's actually very easy to do stuff like this. And you can see again the buy signals here, and I'm pretty sure there's about to be a sell signal very soon for Terra Luna Classic. It's hit the top of the momentum wave bands for Chart Prime. It's hit the very top. So that's good. It typically means that we're about to come down to the bottom of the momentum wave bands. Just so happens that the bottom of the momentum wave bands are actually at our Fibonacci tracement as well. Shout out to Chart Prime, link in the description if you want Chart Prime. But anyways, it's about to have a sell signal here. So if you're going to short, probably a good time to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got for that. And also, if you look at the RSI is actually going towards the downside. So a small drop in Terra Luna Classic should be coming soon. I don't know if it's going to be a big drop or a small drop, or maybe it has a pump and it gets past that. But what we do know is if it does get delisted, that's going to be very, very, very bad for the people who like Terra Luna Classic. So let's not see it. Let's hope it doesn't get delisted. So let's not see that happen, because if that happens, it'll be a very bad time for you Terra Luna Classic holders. But yeah, let me know what you think about this, because this is pretty alarming, because anyone that's holding it, and if it gets delisted while you're holding it, like that's going to be bad. That's why they're giving you this warning. They're like, sell now, like get out now. That's pretty much what they're telling you to do. Or they're really just telling you to get it off of their platform before then. So the exact thing here says, dear valued customer, following our email on January 18th, please be informed that delisting of Luna Classic from the crypto.com exchange will be delayed till further notice in April. As a result, trading and deposits of Lunc will not be suspended on February 15th, 2024 on the exchange. You will still be able to trade, deposit, and or withdraw Luna Classic for the time being. Kindly take necessary steps to sell or withdraw your Luna Classic by April. Please note that you will still be able to withdraw Lunc Classic after trading and deposit suspension in April. So you can still withdraw it, but you can't deposit or trade. So you'll still have the opportunity to withdraw if you don't do it by then. But if you don't get it off there by then, when they actually delist it, you're probably going to see a huge drop in the price and you're going to lose a lot of money. So I'm not telling everyone to sell Luna Classic right now. I'm just saying that you want to be aware that when this happens, it's gonna affect your money like a lot. It's gonna affect your money a lot. Let's just say that, right? Anytime a project gets delisted from a major platform, like the people on the platform, they typically sell and they don't just withdraw. They're like, you know what, we're selling, which causes the price to drop. And then the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt from that, then makes other people who aren't even on the platform sell, because they're like, oh my God, people are selling. We're about to lose money. We're going to sell too. And then it's going to be like a whole, spiral effect going downwards. But the good thing about that is, if Luna Classic still has a strong community around it, when the price does drop, it'll be heavily discounted. So when it's heavily discounted, that gives you the opportunity to get in at a lower price. And let's just consider the RSI, right? Because I really like to do technical analysis here. First of all, the chart prime indicators, this little line right here is typically our resistance, right? Typically when we hit that, we got some resistance that we're going to have to face. And it just so happens that that resistance is at our Fibonacci retracement. So you always have to do multiple areas of technical analysis, right? If you're going to use automated trading indicators like I'm using Chart Prime, link in the description for that. But if you're going to use stuff like that, you also want to do something like a Fibonacci retracement. If you're going to do that, then you also want to do a RSI. You would just want to do multiple forms of technical analysis to kind of backtest your theories here. And what I'm really seeing here is that when we're hitting this Fibonacci up here, we're getting rejected. We hit it very briefly back here. We're getting it rejected heavy. So the fact that it's getting rejected here, and on the RSI, it's kind of topped out here, and you can see it keeps crossing at the top of the RSI. It hasn't went down yet. When it does go down, it's going to be a big drop on the RSI. And this is the daily chart, and that could bring us all the way down here to 0.00010. So it could go down there, and it could possibly add on a zero. That zero can be added back again, the one that people fought to get off, right? From October till now, like, it was 4 zeros. It was 0.00005, right, all the way back here in October of last year. But they got rid of a zero and they got all the way up there. Now, anyone that bought down here and sold up here made a lot of money on Terra Luna Classic. Like, that was a short time period from October 20th, and that's 2023, October 20th, all the way up here to like December 4th and December 5th. So that was a huge gain. And just to kind of show you the gains that you can make trading this, because like I said, it's very volatile. You can make a lot of money trading Terra Luna Classic. All right. So me personally, I wouldn't like just hold it long term and just hold. Like, no, this is something that you trade. Me personally, that's what I think. But let's just say you did $1,000 at 0.1234. I love doing the math for the predictions, by the way. That's why I always do it. If you want me to do math for any project that's not some crappy meme coin that just came out, like an actual project, then I will do that. But if it's just some random meme coin, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. But anyways, $1,000, not times, but let's say divided. $1,000 divided by that price way back here, which is 55. Let's just say 55.4 or 55.4. So divide it by that. That gives you 18 million coins multiplied by the peak all the way up here at 25754. So that's 0.0025754. You would have went from $1,000 to $4,648. And what I also like to do is multiply that even higher. So that would be if you held it from October of last year to December of last year. So from October, November, December, that was 2.5 months. It did that much. 2.5 months. This is why trading is better than holding. So the people that are just sitting there holding on crypto.com are like, oh no, it's getting delisted. Now this is a good thing, because you can open shorts when it gets delisted on like Maxi Global or KuCoin or something. If they're still on those platforms, you can open shorts and then ride those shorts all the way down. And then once you do that, you make money on the downside for the shorts. And then you can be like, you know what? Now I'm not going to do a long position or a short position for futures. Instead, when it goes down, once I make money off those shorts, once it goes down and it bottoms out, I'm going to buy it again. And then I'm going to ride it right back up. As the bull market comes in, almost everything with a good community is going to go up. I'm not going to lie. The Luna Classic community is strong. I'm not going to lie. That's the only reason why I'm like really still talking about this. Like, y'all are strong. Like, y'all been around for a while. And I know there's a lot of people that support it. Me personally, I don't hold it. I trade it when I can, but I won't hold it. But I mess with the community. Y'all are good. Y'all are good people there. Y'all are holding strong. But I wouldn't even suggest you to trade, because like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Me personally, this is what I do. But let's say you had $10,000, right? And then you divided that $10,000 all the way down here at 0.1234554, right? Boom. Now you have 180 million. and then you ride that all the way up, all the way back up, let's say, because, because I do believe it's going to go down a lot, and then it's probably going to go right back up a lot too. So when it gets delisted, it's not going to just stay down, right? 25, or yeah, it was 25754. That brings you to $46,000. If you had $10,000, it would get you up to 46,000. If you had 100,000, it'd get you up to 460,000. So like, you got to look at this like, it's really, really good trading here. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just like to trade, and I think it's better than just holding, especially when you get news like this. This should probably motivate you even more to do some trades, because if you're just holding it, your money's just fluctuating up and down and you're not realizing any gains. So you might as well realize some gains right now while it's up before it goes down, because as you can see on the RSI, it's about to pull back soon. People can say, no, if you look at it, there's somewhat of a flagpole, coming up here. No, this is not what I see. Like, you can say, okay, like maybe, possibly, but me personally, this is not what I see right now. What I see is a drop that's about to happen, because I really like to take into consideration the RSI. Like, you can't just do one thing and like, ooh, look, I drew a triangle, so it's gonna keep going up because it forms a triangle, right? Whether it's an ascending triangle or a descending triangle, it doesn't matter. That's not the only thing that you need to look at when you're doing technical analysis. You need to backtest every single theory that you have. So I use automated trading indicators with Chart Prime, link in the description for that. And then I use the RSI down here. I'm using the RSI, right? And then I'm also using the Fibonacci retracements. And then I'm also doing triangles, right? And I'm using all these different theories and seeing which ones make sense. And what I see here is heavy rejection right here, heavy resistance. That was also good support for us too back here, but that support was easily broken. So now we have that as resistance. So, you also see the RSI. The RSI is kind of topped out here, and what goes up must come down. The RSI, when it goes down hard. You can see it here. And even sometimes when the RSI is going up, the price can still go down, because, that volume, if that volume is going downwards, sometimes that RSI just might show that it's going up. Really, it's just the increase of volume. But the volume is selling volume, which is why it's increasing as the price is going down. So another thing, if the volume slows down, well, then obviously the RSI is going to go down. And if the price goes down, the RSI is going straight down with it, right? So even if it bottoms out here on the RSI and then the RSI keeps going up, but it keeps going down in price, that's because the volume is still increasing when it hits down here, but the price is still going down. So what I'm really expecting here is probably a drop back to where we were back in October. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Maybe it doesn't go all the way down there, right? Maybe it stops down like to here before it even breaks a zero. Maybe it just stops at the Fibonacci retracement. It's possible. There's always a scenario that's possible. Maybe it stops halfway, or maybe it does go down to where it was in October, right? But there's 3 different scenarios here that can happen, and we'll see which one does. And the fourth scenario that I would say would be us breaking the resistance here on the Fibonacci, right? But that's it's a very optimistic viewpoint, especially with the bad news that we have of getting delisted. It's too optimistic for bad news that we have. So I just like to be realistic here. And we're at the top of the momentum wave band on the 4-hour chart too, which typically means we're about to pull back down to our support. Just so happens that our support is right on the Fibonacci retracement. Just so happens that our RSI is in the process of going down as well. So there's a lot of different metrics that show that Classic is probably about to decrease in price. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. This is just my analysis here. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you like it. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Chart Prime link inside of the description. Best indicators out there in the world. And just watch out for what's going to happen here with crypto.com. Be aware of it, and just be aware of it. Don't be too naive, and don't be too invested into a community that doesn't even know you exist, because if y'all pass each other on the street, you won't even notice each other. Right? So that's what I feel about crypto communities. Like, Be loyal to yourself. If you see that there's a good trade and you have to open up a short for that trade, go ahead and do it. If you have to sell, go ahead and do it. If you're going to buy back in at the bottom, go ahead and do it. This whole crypto market thing isn't supposed to be like so community based. It is because it helps traders make money. That's the good part about these communities. It helps the people who are trading make money, because while y'all are holding, your money is losing value because traders are selling. And when that happens, they get your money and then you lose money, and then you buy back in more because you're trying to dollar cost average. And as you put that new money back in, the traders will start trading again and your money will decrease again. So that's how it's been going. If you look at the price of Terra Luna Classic, it shows exactly that. People hold, people sell, 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 sell. You're like, okay, let's dollar cost average back in. Everyone starts buying in, even the people who sold on you, because now they want to increase their money with your money. And as your money increases and their money increases as well, you're like, oh, wow, we're at the top. I'm going to keep holding. And you're like, nope, we're not going to do that, because you're going to keep holding. We're going to go ahead and sell, and we're going to take your money. They sell on you. Boom, goes down. Process starts all over again. Y'all are dollar cost averaging right back in. And right when it gets back up to here, they're now about to sell again on you guys, because now it's getting delisted. And as they sell again on you guys that are holding, y'all are going to try to dollar cost average again. And the cycle is going to repeat itself. It's funny, but that's exactly how the crypto market works. But there are people that like to just hold because of tax purposes, which I understand that. But I rather just pay more taxes just so I can make more money trading. Like, that's just how I view it. Some people aren't good at trading, so they don't want to do that. They rather just pay a little bit of taxes and make a little bit of money, because they're not that good at trading. They don't want to risk it. So they rather make a little money than lose a lot of money, which is a good strategy as well. But me, I rather make a lot of money and lose a little bit in taxes. That's just how I feel. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, I'll be back with another video.